Welcome back to AATV. I'm your host, Tom Anvil Hibberd, here with my historical consultant Gareth Gadge Harvey behind the camera to talk all about a PAVN loadout for Vietnam Airsoft. So why did I say PAVN or PAVN? Well, that's the actual name of the North Vietnamese Army and not the NVA that you hear all the time. We're also going to take part in the American War and not the Vietnam War, as that's what the Vietnamese now call it. So, as always with our loadout videos, this is very much an airsoft skirmishing loadout. It's not for living history and it's not for reenactment. That means we've made substitutions based on availability and also practicality. So as always, we're going to start with the basics and then add some layers as we go on. So you may well have seen Gadge's US Army loadout, and this is a great partner piece for it, as we're doing PAVN, People's Army of Vietnam. Now, you may well think I make a bit of an unlikely Vietnamese man, and we're not trying to be culturally insensitive about that at all. Let's just assume, for the purposes of this video, that I'm a Russian advisor. So for this option, this is perhaps our most basic option, and maybe more suitable for our viewers in the US and in other countries, and I'm wearing a fairly modern US BDU top in green, including a US boonie. So this is a hat hot weather as issued to US forces. They were used by PAVN in Vietnam, however it was pretty uncommon, and if you play in one you may find yourself on the wrong end of a friendly fire incident. I've also got a pair of the green US BDU trousers. These are pretty easy to get anywhere in the world, though they are of a later pattern than was used in the Vietnam War, and obviously they weren't used by the Vietnamese military. If you live in the UK or have access to UK military surplus, there is a cheaper and actually a more accurate option. Okay, so as we mentioned, if you're in the UK or have access to UK military surplus, there is a better and cheaper option for your basic uniform, and this is a GS shirt and some lightweight trousers. Now, the keen-eyed amongst you will have noticed that this GS shirt isn't quite the same as it would come from the QM stores. The unit tailor has changed the shape of the pockets and added epaulette tabs to the shoulders to make it look more like an issued garment. So this is a pretty good match in reality for the issued garment, and the thing about a Vietnamese loadout is that the originals most likely are going to be far too small even if you can get them, and they're actually phenomenally rare now. You almost have no choice but to go with a repro or a substitution. So on my legs I've got British Army lightweight trousers. Again, they're actually a pretty good match for the local ones. These, however, do have a map pocket on them on the left thigh because they're an older pattern. The more modern patterns don't have the map pocket, and that's even better. So this is the classic green look you might see in movies. However, it's not wrong to have tan tops, tan bottoms, or any sort of shade of green and khaki in between. They varied enormously depending on where they were made and what the fabric was. On my feet today I have these Repro batter boots I got ages ago for a Vietnam game. They're actually not very supportive at all. Personally, for me, if I was playing a game, I'd wear a nice pair of black leather boots, get some mud on them nice and early. No one's going to bat an eyelid. So on my head I have this Repro bush hat. It's not of the best quality, about £10–15 off eBay, but it does have the correct form, and it's very different distinctively from the US hat we had on earlier, and you can see why wearing this would help you avoid a friendly fire incident. Two additions to our basic setup. So on my head I have a pith helmet, which is a cheap repro, got for about £15 on eBay. Again, not of the best quality, but absolutely fine for airsoft games. This one in particular has a helmet net on, but these also had ponchos on them, sacking, scarves, all sorts of stuff. One, to disguise the outline, and two, to waterproof them a bit. These are often found with lots of foliage stuck in, and local foliage to really make sure that the wearer blends into the background. These are really famously in that amazing ambush scene in Platoon, where you see the PAVN forces just emerge out of the jungle. It's fantastic, an example I give when we're talking about camouflaging in airsoft. On my chest I've got our Chicom chest rig, the veteran of many an airsoft game and usable in all sorts of loadouts, and you've already seen it in one of the loadout videos on the channel. These are super useful, carry ammo and a few other bits and bobs in the pockets and allow you to get out onto the airsoft field with a minimal of equipment. So here we are after our successful assault on pizza oven number 30, Way City, and we're going to talk about weapons. So for weapon choice, this is one of the most flexible loadouts in airsoft, and you can use pretty much anything Soviet or Chinese from about the 40s to the 60s onwards, and also an absolute ton of World War II weaponry. Really not difficult to find something that fits really well. However, the more obscure stuff is better for a VC loadout, so really I would probably stick to an older 7.62 by 39mm AK pattern rifle. For our loadout today, we're using our LCT AKM as a stand-in for a Russian AKM. There were more Chinese Type 56 AKs than Russian ones in Vietnam, and there were also some from the Warsaw Pact as well. Okay, and we're just going to finish off our loadout with a few additions. The first one is this black and white shamag. There are more authentic Vietnamese scalps available on eBay. They are commercial copies. This is much more easily available in the UK. And with the ends tucked in, it looks the part. On my left hand side, I've got this Chinese RPD ammunition pouch, although I'm actually using it as a water bottle carrier, as taking water out on the airsoft field is always a good idea. These are available for about £5 or £6 on eBay. And on my right hip, I'm wearing this brown canvas satchel I picked up in an Army surplus store for under £10. Really handy for carrying spare BBs, some snacks, and a warm layer if you need it. So thank you if you've watched through the whole video, and obviously you'll be my most loyal viewers, and because of that I want to do a little sneaky giveaway for 5,000 subs. So I've got this Army Armament R604 pistol that I shot in a review for Taiwan Gun, and I thought one of you guys would be better off it than me because it's currently sitting on a shelf. So all you need to do is comment "I'm in" down below, and then head over to my Instagram and comment "I'm in" on the thumbnail post for this video as well. I'll collate all of those and choose one at random. There are, however, a couple of caveats to this. You do need to be in the UK. Sending replicas overseas is a complete nightmare at the moment. And you do need to be able to show me when I contact you via Instagram Messenger, which is how I'm going to contact the winner, that you have a valid defence. I'll do the draw by random, and I'll make sure I've got someone independent to witness the results as well. As we talked about in the episode, this shirt is actually Surplus British Army GS. And we've modified the pockets, taken the epaulets off the shoulders, and put on epaulette tabs to make it more in keeping with an issue PAVN Forces shirt. If you'd like your own one done, AATV can do it for £25, including return postage. You will have to supply your own shirt though. If you're interested, get in touch with me on Instagram or Facebook. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of AATV, looking at PAVN Forces in the American War. If you'd like to support the channel and keep us as independent as possible, you can join our Patreon scheme. If you just want to make a one-off contribution, you can try one of our amazing t-shirts in our Teespring store. As always, stay safe, and we'll see you soon. I wanna play airsoft. I wanna play airsoft. I wanna play airsoft. I wanna play airsoft.